Good afternoon, welcome back to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we are working on a 2020 Ford, wow, I'm working way too much on Fords. 2020 Subaru Forester. And we are doing an oil change. This is a very basic service, not complicated whatsoever. From what it looks like, I already jacked it up just to see the drain plug and look for the filter, which is in the engine bay. So that's awesome. We're going to get there in a minute. But what we're doing, a DIY, how I changed the oil on a 2020 Subaru Forester. Not necessarily the OEM way. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I just change oil the way I change oil, and that's what I'm going to show you. So today we are using some 0W20 Mobile 1 Extended Performance Protects for 20,000 miles. Why are we using that? Because it's on sale. That's why, and it's a good oil. I'm not sponsored or nothing. I'm using the correlating oil filter. Not something I do on my cars. I do things a little differently, but because this is somebody else's car, I'm just going to make a match. They're both good up to 20,000 miles allegedly. So that's why we're going there. According to AMSOIL website, we need 4.4 quarts, so I just got a 5-quart jug, and that's that. We're gonna jack this car up and get her ripping. Start ripping? I don't know. Up we go. Alright, once you got the car in the air, if you squeezed under on your back, whatever the case may be, got this big long plastic air dam thing, and then you got this thing. It even is labeled for you, engine oil drain, if you can read that kind of hard. And it's held together with plastic clips because that's how our whole world functions these days. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. If you want quality, buy plastic. Yes, I'm sarcastic. Get over it. I want to see if we can leave this one on because that's a little different, and we're just going to twist this. Look at that, works great. And up in here we'll find our oil drain, which is that guy, which looks like a 13 maybe? Probably not. Whatever you think it is, it's probably not. But we're going to try it anyway. 13, probably too small. Woohoo! Oh, it's a 14 or a 15. But because I thought it was a 13, I'm going to stick to my gut and go with 14 and be a little bit off. Yeah, there we go. So then we got to grab ourselves a little ratchet. We're going to put this guy in loosen mode, and we're just going to crack this and make sure. Holy Jesus. Oh, good Lord. Somebody over-twerked it again. All right. Well, let me put you guys on the sway bar end link here, because somebody way over-torqued this drain plug. Oh! Goodness gracious, people! Let me get a shorter socket so I can stay on there before it strips. I don't have a shallow socket and a 6-point. I only have 12 points, and I don't want a 12 point as tight as this is. So, here we go. There we go. Okay, we're good. Alright, grab our oil drain tote. I'll move this up so you guys can't see, of course. Which means we'll move you guys somewhere else. I don't know, something like so. Can you see? Glad you can. I can't, but you guys are what matters, so. Oh, get up in here. It's a hot one. We're just gonna let her fly. One more. One more. There it is. Alright, once you're done dripping, important to note, put a new crush washer on. I didn't have one of all the hundreds I've got, dozens I've got. I had to go to Napa to get a new crush washer to fit. It's a strange fitment. We're going to go ahead and screw this guy on, and I just dripped on my hands, so let me grab a pair of gloves. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and screw her on until she's snug, and then we're going to torque her. So I did look up the torque specs, and it is 30 foot-pounds, which seems like a lot, in all honesty to me. But it does say 30, I think it says 31. So we're gonna go ahead and go right there, which is nowhere near as much as the other one was tightened. You can put this cover on. So there's two things you can do. You can either slide this cover on right now and hope there's no leaks, or two, you can wait to put the cover on until you start this up with new oil and see if there's a leak. Either way, in case I forget to film it later, to put this on, all you do is twist it back in, take your little pop rivet, slap it in like that, and do that all the way around. I'm gonna wait to button the rest of this up until I can check for leaks. Now on the upper side, I just went and popped the hood inside. You can find the hood latch right here in the middle. Raise it up, put your dinger donger on there, and now we can attack this stuff. All right, so our oil filter's right here on top. It's really nice. They put this dish on here. Doesn't look like there's a drainage hole, which slightly concerns me as of now because there's a lot of dirt built up in there. So I want to grab the air compressor and kind of get all the loose stuff out. Just because I don't want the oil to fill up in that spot. I don't know if that's how it's going to work or not. I just don't want it to happen. So feel a little bit better now. We're going to see if we can manhandle this. I think we can. Oh. Yeah. So the brand on this right now is Omnicraft. I've never heard of that before. Oh look, it's not even making a mess. I like it. Just a little tiny bit of a mess. So Omnicraft for what that's worth. Where that comes from, I got no idea. Possible that's the Subaru brand, I don't know. Alright, so we got our Mobile 1. It's got this plastic wrapper on it. You definitely want that to go before you stick this in there. There it goes. This looks like the O-ring's pre-lubed, but I'm gonna grab some of this oil, not the stuff in the dirt, stuff on the flange. Do a quick wipe around. I'm gonna screw this guy in. Just make sure it's the same size. Same exact size, so it'll work good. I think when I put in the compatibility chart, the M10A, the M1110A showed up as well. So that'll probably work too, a little bit bigger capacity, but we're going with the OEM fit. We're gonna go to right about there and call that a good. Then we're gonna open our crankcase. Oh, pull that off. O-ring is pretty gross, but that is what it is. Put that there, and we're gonna grab a funnel and we're gonna dump some oil in there. Funnel goes on. I'm gonna do a little shaky. The reason I like to shake this is whatever additive package in here may have separated over time. Probably didn't, but I like to do it anyway, so this is my show. We're doing it my way. Go and wrap all the tin foil. I just dropped some and thankfully it dropped on the outside or we'd be going fishing. Alright, here we go. Like I said, I believe our target to be 4.4 quarts. It's hard to tell. The light sucks. That's just under a quart left. Which means we're going to do that right there and we'll check her out in a little bit. Okay, now some people tell you go ahead and pull your dipstick, check your oil level and adjust. I like to wait a good 5 minutes or so for all that stuff to fall down through the valleys into the oil pan. Whether it takes 5 minutes or not, I don't know, but that's what I like to do. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy on so we're not leaving it sitting open. I want to screw it all the way in just in case we don't have to go back in. I don't forget to tighten it back up. Alright, I'll come revisit with you in 5 minutes on that, or we can check our air filter. They didn't ask me to do an air filter, but I want to check on it. Just to get a gander for how she looks. Can you guys even see over there? Sorry, I should make sure you can see. I just flipped these two clips here. I'm going to pull this out. Oh. And I think they're good to go for a little bit. I might hit this with the air compressor and blow it out though. So we're gonna blow back the way it came, not in towards the car. We're gonna blow it black out. Alright, now, would I run it if it was my car still? I would. Okay, so we're going to slide this back down in here. One thing we can do to be nice is we can just put some windshield washer fluid in there for them. And we're kind of getting to winter time, so we're going to put in the negative 35 degree stuff here. I don't feel like winter today. Alright, we got our engine oil fill, we got our oil filter. Straight across, you have your engine oil dipstick. We're going to pull this all the way out. Wipe it clean. Stick her all the way back in. Pull her all the way back out and check our level. And we are like right at the full mark. There's two little dimples. You're looking between the dimples. So I think we're going to leave that right where it's at actually. We're going to fire it up, warm it up, see if there's any leaks downstairs, put that cover on, and let them know they can have their car back. All right, that's all there is to it. Changing the oil on a 2020 Subaru Forester 2.5 liter, super easy job. Not even messy with the oil filter up top. It's actually really nice. I like it. I wish all the other cars would catch on to nice stuff like that. Remember, I am not an OEM guy. I'm not a dealer. I just change oil the way it looks and makes sense to me. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it proper. Doesn't make it OEM procedure. Just the way I do it. Follow at your own risk. Guys, I will link the oil and the filter I bought down below, as well as torque wrench and whatever else you guys want. Now you click on links, buy stuff, I make money and keep posting videos. That's how it works. Same with YouTube. You guys thumbs up, leave comments. I keep making money, I keep posting, so keep doing that, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Adios.